Asian Group's profits dropped for first time in 7 quarters. Earnings by way of Asian corporations in March declined for the primary time in 7 quarters, dented through slowing demand because of lockdowns in China and diminishing margins as input charges upward push. According to a evaluation of Asia's Pinnacle 1,500 large and mid-cap businesses by means of market capitalization and people, which might be included by at the least 3 analysts, cumulative profits of these corporations declined 3.2% within the March quarter year-on-year. Graphic. Asian agencies quarterly earnings, 20 companies percent 20 quarterly percent 20 profit.jpg, that become the primary decline given that June 2020. The information also showed their common net margins stood at 5.86%, the lowest in 7 quarters. Graphic. Asian corporations net margins, 20 firms percent 20 net percent 20 margins.jpg. Higher commodity prices are impacting earnings margins, as organizations struggle to skip on better input charges to their consumers, said Harold van der Linde, NYSE, Lin, head of equity strategy, Asia Pacific, at HSBC. The decline in earnings got here as traders ditched nearby equities on concerns that companies might not be capable of deal with rising interest prices and hovering inflation tiers. China's business hobby and intake slowed inside the first area due to a resurgence of COVID-19 instances, which also affected local companies exporting to the Asian US of A. The facts confirmed Malaysian and South Korean agencies, which derive a major component of their revenue from China, witnessed a drop of 18.3% and 18.9% of their first quarter earnings, respectively. Graphic. Breakdown by means of USA for income boom in Q1 2022, 20 by percent 20 country, C24, C20 profit percent 20 growth percent 20 in percent 20 Q1 percent 200,2022.jpg. Toyota Motor NYSE, TM, reported a 33% drop in the March quarter operating earnings, and warned that exceptional hikes in uncooked material costs could slice a fifth of its full-year profit amid the supply chain stress that has roiled the auto enterprise. Lenovo, the sector's largest PC maker, pronounced its slowest quarterly revenue increase in 7 quarters as call for its non-public computer systems waned after 2 years of pandemic-driven demand. Some analysts expect growing hobby costs ought to further have an effect on company earnings and margins in coming months. South Korea's crucial bank has already lifted its interest prices thrice this 12 months, at the same time as India's principal financial institution raised 2 times, in efforts to combat inflation and prevent overseas outflows. We do expect central banks to tighten as inflationary pressures maintain. Higher borrowing charges will certainly hit leveraged corporates, said Jikai Chen, head of Asian equities at BNP Paribas OTC, BNPQY Asset Management. However, he introduced that the financing effect should be plausible as Asian corporates, mainly the ones critically hit with the aid of the Asian financial crisis, have affordable leverage ratios. According to the information, Asian agencies' profits are expected to boom simply 6.7% in 2022, the bottom in 3 years, with analysts nonetheless watching for the slowdown in China to linger for a while. In the near term, we assume slowing economic boom, fading working leverage and the lagged effect of growing enter fees, drastically oil, are probably to affect margins greater in 2022, stated Aman Patel, a funding strategist at Credit Suisse. Graphic. Breakdown by using area for Internet margins, 20 bypass, C20 sector, C20 for percent 20 net percent 20 margins.jpg. Graphic. Breakdown through sector for income increase in Q1 2022, 20 bypass, C20 sector, C20 for percent 20 profit percent 20 growth percent 20 inches percent 20 Q1 pages C202022.jpg.